Hey all, so coming to you from Big Sky, Montana. You can't really see the sky. There's normally a huge peak right there called Lone Peak, but we're gonna get some snow today, which is welcome. I'm not ready for spring yet. Anyway, I wanted to kind of capture my thoughts heading into this 3-day water fast. I'm actually already about half a day in. But really, I wanted to kind of capture both the data and also how I'm feeling embarking on this, somewhat long fast. Definitely not as challenging as a full 5-day or 7-day fast, but a few things that are different for me personally doing this. Number one is, I went through some longer fast during chemotherapy, and I put some notes in the comments below about that study I found when I had chemotherapy for my cancer treatment, but that was 4 or 5 years ago. But since then, I've really, for my longer fasts, which have typically been 5 days in length, I've been using the Prolon FMD kit, and it's challenging, but it does give you between I think 1,000 or 1,100 calories in the early days to maybe 600 or 700 in the last few days. Still challenging, but definitely not as maybe I won't say challenging, but definitely more calories than a water only fast, which I'm currently doing. I originally was going to head into this fast doing a 5-day. I scaled it down to a 3-day with the option to go longer depending on how I feel. And there are a few goals I had heading into this fast. Number one is just to try a longer water only fast, sort of migrating off the FMD. I think the FMD still has benefits, but I think water only has more benefits. And actually, I'm really interested to see what the elimination of any nutrients or calories does for my hunger/discipline staying with it. Intuitively you'd think having some calories would be helpful, but maybe not. Maybe it's just a tease. So really wanted to see how I felt doing water only for an extended fast. The second thing is I wanted to capture, again, my sort of feelings and data. So I actually took several blood panels a couple of days ago before I started my fast. I was in a state of ketosis. I'll talk about that in a second heading in. But I definitely wasn't fasting. I was eating a normal number of calories per day. So I took blood panels. So I did CBC, which is sort of the general blood test measuring white blood cells, red blood cells, hemoglobin, etc. I did a lipid panel, which of course measures total cholesterol, HDL, LDL, and you can go deeper on those and get particle size, but I didn't do that for this sort of capture. I did a metabolic panel, which has trace minerals, sodium, potassium, all those kinds of things. I did a IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor 1, which is very associated with growth, but also having too much IGF-1 is not necessarily a good thing. So I wanted to see how fasting would affect IGF-1 levels, and then C-reactive protein, CRP, to measure inflammation. So I did all of those basically 24 hours, our local awesome medical clinic here in Big Sky. And I really want to see the delta when I finish. So I'll take my sort of follow-up panel of those same measurements and share them here right before I break my fast. And then I'll probably do one more 2 or 3 days after to see if they climb back up or what the change is. And then while I'm fasting, I'm doing some things I can measure on my own easily, which is weight. And I'm not doing this to lose weight. It's really more about just seeing blood panel effects and really my own feelings, how I feel during the fast. But weight I'll measure daily. I'm measuring my ketones. So heading into this fast, I was doing, I would say, kind of half-assed keto. I think I just had too much protein, which is always a challenge for me. But I was in, I guess, the beginning phases of ketosis heading in. So I'm measuring my ketones every day. My first measurement before I started my fast was only 0.5 millimolar. So a lot of people would say that's not nutritional ketosis. 1.0 is usually the measure. But I will measure my ketones every day. I'll measure my blood glucose every day. It was actually quite high for my opening panel. I think fasted glucose was, I think 119, which is really high for me. I usually hover fasted glucose in the high 90s. Not sure why that is, but it is what it is. So I'll measure glucose every day, both ketones and glucose with just a home monitor. A blood pressure I'm measuring daily, resting heart rate. Typically in the past I've seen resting heart rate drop as much as 10 or 15%. Now at altitude, things get thrown off. Your heart's working harder to pump oxygen. So I'm usually 5 to 10 beats per minute higher up here in Big Sky than I am down in sea level. But measuring that, I just get all that stuff from my Fitbit Charge 3, both heart rate, well, pretty much heart rate and sleep. I'm measuring my sleep for how. I just got a phone call. Sorry about the breakup there. Anyway, sleep with Fitbit, just to measure the delta, even if the nominal measurement isn't exactly right, the delta should be helpful. And I think that's it. Again, water only. I'm taking some electrolytes, some sodium, magnesium chiefly, but cutting out everything else, including my D3, my fish oil, my multi, all that stuff I am abstaining from for at least 3 days. And again, if I get to day 3 and I want to keep going, I will. And I will check in, maybe not every day, but hopefully tomorrow, give an update on how things are going on my home-based readings, and I'm really excited to see, what my blood tests provide in a few days from now, and also to see if I can keep going. So, thanks for listening. Just a little journey along with me in my 3-day fast, and of course, I'm tracking everything fasting related with Zero. This is Zero on my Pixel 3. The beta version should be out maybe even more by the time I've released this video, but it's amazing. Some people have iOS and Android phones like I do for work. So the nice thing is that when you're logged in, now that we have accounts, whether you open up Zero on your iPhone or your Pixel or your Android phone, everything just is seamlessly synced. So I'm, as you can see, about 23%, 16-ish hours into my planned 72-hour fast. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. But thanks for checking in.